I am Emily and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you how to use Teckwrap's printable heat transfer vinyl. It is a different process than using just regular heat transfer vinyl. I actually used it for the first time the other day, and I have some tips that I want to share with you coming from someone who has never used it before. It was a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm excited to try it out more and I want to show you guys how to use it. So I'm going to be making a canvas bag, and if that sounds like something that you're interested in, just keep watching and I'm going to get right into it. What you're going to need are both the printable heat transfer papers and the heat transfer mask. And the printable vinyl comes with an insert of instructions. The vinyl is shiny on one side and smooth on the other, and you want to have your printer print the design on the smooth side. So I'm going to insert it smooth side down into my printer. Of course, you can use any design you'd like. I wanted to create something with stamps on it, so I headed over to Creative Fabrica to look at the hundreds of designs that they have available. They have so many different designs, projects, templates, and fonts to choose from, and you could either pay for a membership or you could buy them individually. I found these beach themed stamps that I want to use, so I'm going to download them and then upload the PNGs into Cricut Design Space, making sure that they're uploaded as a flat graphic for print and cut. They show up huge on the canvas, so I'm just resizing them. I'm trying to center and space them evenly as much as I can, and once they're in the position that I want, I'm selecting everything together and flattening the image. Now it acts as a one whole image and I can resize the entire thing. The only thing is, if you're making a project this way, you have to have the image size within the guidelines, so it can't be larger than the recommended size. If you want to work around this, you could just split the image up into multiple parts and arrange it all separately onto your blank. But I just wanted my image to be all one sheet. So I'm selecting auto resize, and now I can head over to make. Now I'm going to print the design on my printable vinyl that's already been loaded into my printer and select printable iron-on as my material with more pressure. Once the design is printed, I'm applying it directly onto a standard grit mat and inserting it into my Cricut. Now it works as a typical print then cut project where the Cricut scans the design before cutting. You can cut your designs yourself after printing. I'm using my Cricut because the design is way too intricate for scissors. The next step is to weed the excess vinyl, leaving only the design. It wasn't difficult to weed, but I did have to be careful because the edges would start to come off with the excess vinyl. Once it's weeded, what you're left with is the design and a clear, sticky backing. Now it's time to place the mask on top. The mask comes with a clear protective layer that you remove and then place the mask directly on top of your design. Using a scraper tool, you want to scrape both sides to make sure that there aren't any wrinkles or bubbles and that the mask is properly applied, and it should look almost as if the design is laminated. Next, I'm flipping it upside down and removing the clear backing and throwing that out. And also, the heat transfer mask is reusable, so I like to save the little protective layer that comes with it and just reapply that when I'm done so that way I could use it for later. From here, you just follow the recommended heat settings using a heat press. The recommended temperature is 311 degrees Fahrenheit to 329 degrees Fahrenheit, or around 15 to 20 seconds. I preheated my blank before applying the design, and I started with 315 degrees for 20 seconds, and then waited to see if it was adhered before taking off the mask. I did have to reapply heat a few times to make sure that the edges were adhered properly, but one big tip I have is to not apply too much heat or leave the heat on too long, even if the design isn't really adhered at first, because it does burn very easily. And my other tip is to remove the mask slowly, and I mean very slowly, because I found that if I pulled it off too fast, some of the vinyl would come off with it. Once the mask is completely off, then it's all finished. This has been a little bit of a learning curve for me, but I do like the idea and how it looks in the end. I want to try using it with other types of blanks because canvas bags have been difficult to get even regular heat transfer vinyl to stick to, so I'm curious to see how this works with other material. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more crafting content like this, just subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!